and welcome back to another episode of Power Rangers Lore. Today we're discussing Facestealer, a strange face-stealing monster who serves mainly himself and just loves it. Now, unlike most monsters that pop up here in the entire series of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, especially in the first three, this one has no connection at all to Rita, Zed, or anyone. He just is already there on Earth, just waiting and sleeping and slumbering, waiting for one day someone to unleash him upon the Earth once again. Apparently, he comes from the country of Kamala. And 5,000 years ago, he terrorized the residents of that country by once a year on a certain day, he'd come in and steal the faces of people. Now, on the certain day would be on a blue moon, and he reduced them to faceless zombies. Now, it's not exactly said what he did besides like attack and terrorize for that entire day, or what happened to those faceless zombies, but you can kind of guess if he just disappears one day, he really takes them with him, grows an army for next year, or he's just chilling there or lets them die, essentially. No one actually knows. It's never really said, but he does do it. Now, eventually, he's sealed away in an urn by four ancient Command warriors. I think that's pronounced. It's been a while since I've seen the episode. Who created special masks that render his power useless. So they can't steal his face because it would be the mask in front of him. That makes more sense. That's based on a lot of different things in Japan. Now, he was intended to be sealed for all eternity, but you know how that goes. It's never in any type of franchise. Anytime you say that, it's going to get released one day. 5,000 years later, he eventually is released. Now, where did he come from? We don't know. He said he's from the country, but that doesn't mean he wasn't from space or something else. He just randomly appeared there one day. He could have been an accidental spell that summoned him. He could have been remnants of something else that has already been on Earth. There is a bunch of different series that he could have been on. Whatever the case was, in 1994, Rita Repulsa does release him after hearing that, she usually hears. So just overwatches and watches Power Rangers along with Zed. And because apparently the Power Rangers have never learned that anything they say is used against them in the court of Rita Repulsa. But so Rita overhears a cultural liaison in the Angel Grove Museum start talking about, well, the Facestealer. Explains the whole legend, and Rita goes, "Ooh, I like that." So she sends Rito, Squat, Babu, and the Tengu warriors, who are able to steal it against Lord Zed's wishes because he believes it's just merely an urban legend, doesn't even care too much. He's too worried about like what's his next scheme, what monster he's going to create, all the different things going on there, and he's thinking like it's just a made up mythology. If that thing existed, why would it only come out like one time a year? He's trying to think the logical way, and so he doesn't believe it. She does it anyway, sends them out there, and she unleashes the Face Stealer, who decides to work with the space aliens to cause chaos, kind of like out of like, oh, you freed me, and they probably felt their power and went, man, you guys are evil on a different level. I guess I'll work for you. Now he jumps down there, causes some chaos in Angel Grove, steals the faces of Bulk, Skull, Adam, and Aisha right off the bat. Like just goes and just eats their faces and turns them into faceless zombies. Now, the four remaining must find the masks used to capture the original one because they go, if we can't get near them, they'll just suck our face off, and that doesn't help us at all. Now, as it turns out, the museum uses the original masks. Very rare that it's actually the same mask, especially in those good condition, but they do get them, they use them, and they defeat the face stealer, beating him up pretty bad, like in capturing all the faces from inside. Now, with this plan failing, the two lovebirds decide to enlarge Face Stealer so that the Rangers can then summon their Ninja Mega Falcon Zord. Now, they do defeat him pretty handily with Power Punch. However, they go one step higher um, and summon Titanus out of the mists of time, essentially, is where I like to think he comes from. He just comes out of like the time vortex, and there he is, and forms the Ultra Ninja Zord. This is the only time ever you will see the Ultra Ninja Zord. Only episode there. And he's the first and only monster to die by the Ultra Ninja Zord. Now, he's not scared at first. He goes like, "Oh, that's just a thing. You know, like I'm still alive with this thing." And then he gets his butt beat. He gets barraged by a bunch of blasts, and then he's still alive. He's still surviving there. He's gone through all this massive explosion. However, he is immediately sucked back in his urn and sealed away. So he's not killed. Again, right there. He's not killed. He is. I don't know if he could be killed because it doesn't ever show that way. However, he does get sucked up back in the urn, and that you think that would be the end of it. However, that's not the full story there. When Master Vile shows back up on Earth for the Zeo Crystal, Tommy goes after the Cage of Illusions only to find a force field around the Zeo Crystal. He goes through it eventually and is tortured by his past deeds, survives and obtains the crystal, remembering his past history, victories and stuff alike. This includes even dealing the Facestealer, so he remembers that it's all still there, and there's another appearance for the Facestealer. Apparently, he left an indelible mark on Tommy there of all his major victories. That was kind of one. Maybe I think it was almost like we almost lost that because of the fact we never actually destroyed him. And who would know that 3 years later, the Facestealer would be released again? He's seen among the Machine Empire's forces as they attack the Phantom Ranger's home planet during the Alliance of Evil invasion on Earth. He's just sitting there chilling, helping out, dancing in the background while they fight against Phantom Ranger and then basically hold him down along with Blue Centurion. Now, he's just there, and that's the last time we see him before the Zordon wave comes through and purifies the entire area, stopping him cold and turning him into dust, thus ending the reign and terror of a 5,000-year-old creature known as the Facestealer. I wish he kind of had a different name besides that, but like it's a good name. They could have named him a name and then said the Facestealer. So there we go. Now his personality is a very cruel and vile creature who enjoys people's suffering. He likes to mock his victims and the like, and he just kind of is that. He's based off of a kami from Japanese lore who basically steals faces. Now, you've seen probably different variations of this thing on different things, and we had the Avatar, The Last Airbender, and a bunch of different monsters in Japanese history, as well as probably different TV shows. Either way, the face stealing monsters are a weird and cruel concept that I've kind of liked the way they portrayed him. They didn't really kill him, and I want to know more where he came from. Was he his own thing? He didn't die like normal. He had to be sealed back away. More interesting there. What else did they have planned with him? Like, how did he get to Earth? Was he summoned to Earth? Was he a demon? I don't know. Now, his appearance is very ugly. From his jack-o'-lantern style mask that covers his real face to his horribly mutated, lovely body, which basically the entire upper body from the waist up is a giant face right there. He's got a jaw that opens up around the waist, mid-waist section that is full of razor-sharp teeth. His eyes are that of other faces, like the clay mask faces you see in theater. He also has a tongue that extends out what looks like a whole 12 feet in front of him and can go a little bit farther to steal faces. Now, the most interesting part is the flaps that are considered his wings slash his face plates. I like to call them more like a face plate because what they do originally is a jack-o'-lantern. Now, if he's from this fictional country of Kamala, or Kalama, or however you pronounce it, it's pumpkins aren't originally grown there. They're grown out of Central America and Mexico. Let's just say that's the same world logic here. Um, where did he get the pumpkin face? So it makes you want to think that maybe, just maybe, he's not originally from that country. He might be from Central America, Mexico, and was maybe banished out, or they just didn't carry. He's a space alien, possibly too, that just landed there too. So you never know. He could have been something else. You never know exactly what's going to happen there, but they're going with that type of feel. Now his lower half is, well, that of plant life. You can kind of see it. It's not very well focused on. You can see it's like little um, vines and stumps and stuff like that, and little bare open feet. His clothing there is quite curious and strange, and I'm not going to comment on it because it's probably just a design they had over there in Japan. But yeah, that's kind of it. Now, that is Facestealer, the wonderful creature that would steal your face, but not by normal means, by blast and the like. No, he steals it by licking people's faces. That's fun. That is the story of, well, Facestealer, the mighty magnificent monster that you probably well forgot about, that stole people's faces and now will give you nightmares as he licks your face at night and leaves you nothing more as a mindless zombie to do his bidding for every blue moon. Have a good one and may the power protect you always. Until next time, be safe. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Give me all your questions and, well, comments and concerns. Don't be afraid to say something, though. Please be nice. I'm not I don't do this for a living. I do this for fun and passion and to get the lore out there. Everyone stays too much focused on, well, one or two series and one or two characters that I feel as though these other characters need some love too.